pretty good view though.
Keep it that way. Okay. I'll me. I don't know. You can like get something for it. Make sure it's actually recording the whole thing.
1 second. Ah, crap. We hit pledge on this. It's not gonna work.
You just hold it.
All right. You ready?
Sorry. Not that way. This way.
Okay. Just make sure. You ready? And go. Oh, it's been recording.
Hello, my name is Professor Coss. Hi, Connor. How are you today?
Oh, just fine. And David?
Brandon?
I'm doing great.
Okay. Introduction to networking. Okay. We don't really have the smart board set up yet, so deal with it. So. Whoa, this is weird. I hope I can fit it. Bingo. So, I'll get used to that.
I'll break it out.
Okay, introduction to networking. Basically, I'm going to tell you what is networking, why do we need it, etc. Well, Connor, do you like YouTube?
Yes, it's pretty convenient.
I say it's very useful. Like without YouTube, it's hard to watch videos and form information.
Who loves Google? I do.
This slow guy.
Yeah, we love Google, especially for chemistry class.
Yeah. The old chemistry class.
Yeah. So, networking. If we couldn't use it, we couldn't chat, right? We couldn't do anything, really. I mean, if we just had a computer, what could you do? You can only do stuff that's on that computer, right? I mean, you couldn't Xbox Live. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do any of that. It all revolves around what? Connor, you can go ahead and guess before I write it out.
Internet.
You saw that. All revolves around that thing right there. Anybody know what the internet really is?
It's pretty hard to describe.
What would you call the internet, Brandon? I think a smart board would be a little bit easier to write on if we had that.
Yeah.
What would you say the internet is?
I would say it's just a database. That's what I would like of information. I can't really explain it because it's like.
It's pretty much like endless opportunities to it.
Yeah, but it's you got data and.
Which can be
Why are you smiling?
broke down to
You're.
I'm just listening to you guys.
Okay, I thought like.
You'll get used to my teaching.
Alright.
Okay. The internet. Who wants to know a definition? This is where you have notebooks. This is my definition to internet. Internet equals
going ham.
who wants to write that down? Anybody want to read that for me?
Computer networks linked together.
That's what the internet is. You're probably like, wow, interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Connor, you writing this down, man? You probably are. You're like a boss. You're like a Coss.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I have to use. Do I have to use this before?
Just use the eraser first, and then when we get it, before we leave, we'll use that. It's not gonna erase that well, but.
Holy crap! This is why we need to get a computer in here. Like,
It'll work. Just right over it.
yeah, we need to get a computer in here, guys.
Try this.
Friday, tomorrow, when we do the next class, computer.
I mean, if we're even going to be in here.
I bet you will not.
It's pretty noisy.
It's
I almost killed him.
that's what happens if you put marker on a smartboard. So you have to use this. So the stuff gets all over. Did I just use this or what?
No, the rag.
Yeah, it'd be
On the seat right there.
Ah. Okay. Well, that's like, you know.
Try and conserve space and not write so big.
Yeah, so then we could just like go a lot faster.
I like the right thing on that. Okay. So,
And then if we still have time at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, we still got 51 minutes. Say we have to work on homework, we can all help each other, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Put our benefits in. Instead
Basically,
of brainstorm.
networking is connecting to another computer. Whenever you go to a website, you're connecting to a computer. Did you know that? Type in a website, it resolves to an IP address, goes to that network, goes to that computer, pulls the file. So, you have, what do you have, Connor? Tell me, what your computer, what would that be called?
A network?
What would they be called on a network?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Client,
Oh. Okay.
Come on, man.
and then what would be the computer that's given the file be called?
Server.
A server. Good job. If I had a thing, I could draw this a little bit better. So.
Just
network.
draw. I'll erase at the end, alright?
Okay. Okay. So, the network. You have your computer. We'll put Connor's. Connor's computer. Ain't that sexy?
Definitely.
Yeah. Then, say, okay, for example, say that Connor's computer is at the school on their Wi-Fi. Okay? This will go off to one of the school's switches. We'll get into switches later on. There's a whole topic about it. And then, where's it go from there?
To another.
It's another client.
What's a client? But it would go from another to another switch, probably.
Another switch? Well, good, but some networks don't have multiple switches. Some switches have 48 ports. That means 48 computers can connect to it. Make sense? So that would either go to another switch and bounce to the main one, or it would go through that switch to what?
To a computer.
48 other computers.
Does it just connect to that other computer? I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's not direct.
We go to, I know it just goes to something else except for the
Okay.
internet itself.
Switch. It would then go to a modem, right? What's that modem do?
Sends it again. Faster, probably.
It sends the digital signals to.
When we have the actual smartboard set up, I can actually go through that a little bit better, but you know, I'm trying to not use up more board. But what that modem does is basically, if you want to write this down, a modem transfers data over from a phone line, a cable line, or a fiber line, puts it into data that we can use over Ethernet, which is called a what? Meow?
Cat.
Cat cable. You know that cable that you see connected to the back of the Macs all the time, we always talk about? This is why we need to get those cables so we can go into them.
Okay.
But yeah, transfers it into data that can be read by the computer. Because you can't just plug a phone line into the back of the computer and be like, hey, I'm on the internet. Can you? I mean, yeah, if you have dial-up and have a built-in dial-up modem, which, Connor, that's what we always mess with on the motherboard.
Yeah.
Remember? Those crappy things, throw them in the trash. Who uses dial-up? Raise your hand if you like dial-up.
Oh, it's too slow.
It uses like 56K. That means 56 kilobytes per second. That's really slow. We'll get into speeds later on. But this is introduction. This is telling you what is networking really. Then we'll go into deeper.
All right, teach.
But networking, Connor, you want to come to the board and tell me what the internet is?
I don't know.
Networking is basically communication between devices. An iPod is on the school's Wi-Fi right now. How's it connected on the Wi-Fi?
Wireless.
Who sees those things in the hallways?
The Cisco's.
Yes. Do you know what those are?
Wireless modem, probably. Yeah, wireless. Some.
Anybody know?
Was route. Yeah.
Nope. Now,
Wireless.
I'll explain what happens if you put a router on a network. Bad things. But those things up there, those Cisco's, are wireless access points. All they do is they take that Cat 6 cable or Cat 5, whatever they're using, and basically it makes a hotspot where you can connect to it, and then the data goes over that cat line back to the switch, which will then get you to the internet. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So those things that you see in the hallways, those are wireless access points. That's how you always have a signal when you're going around the school, because they have them everywhere. And they set up with the same SSID, which is the name of the network, the same password, the same encryption. There's different encryptions, but basically they put the same data. And if they have them, what happens if you have a wireless access point and another wireless access point in the same area?
They interfere.
Yeah, because they have the same info, and they'll always be like your iPod, which don't know which one to use. That's why they spread them out with it. Make sense? Plus, they're like $200 per one. That's all wireless access point is. Okay. So where does it go from the wireless access point?
Yeah, I was gonna say to us. Yeah.
It goes to their switch, and then that switch is connected to other switches in the modem. All it is linking stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at a network, everything's linked together, and then goes through one line out to the internet. It's simple. This is why I really want the smart word to it. But networking is basically computers linked together. It's simple. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't be able to send files, wouldn't be able to do anything.
So is that where it stops as a modem, or does it keep going?
Good question. It goes out. Now this modem is connected via some kind of cable. We'll get into cables, won't we? Have you guys seen the paper? Anybody want to unfold that and look at it? But we'll get into cables. You can sit beside me and help them out if you want.
There you go. Just sit over there.
But that modem goes out via a cable to their phone line, which is DSL. Who has CenturyLink or other?
I had CenturyLink.
I had CenturyLink also.
Roadrunner.
I have that at my grandma's.
What other ones are in the Mount Vernon? You guys don't have internet at home?
Nope, I used to. I used some like the next
That's
neighbors.
that. I would probably die. But yeah, Roadrunner is cable. So this would go out via a cable line. And guess where that would go?
Kind of want it.
That would go to a server that your ISP has. And then that would go off to an exchange point. And we'll get an exchange
Before you
points.
keep going, what exactly does ISP stand for? Internet Server Protocol.
Internet Service Provider. And
Service
this is why
provider.
you guys want to write down notes.
Yeah, that's
And
why
don't
I
worry,
said.
we'll have, when we get the camera set up, we'll have tripods, okay?
You don't have to draw it, Connor. Can you just write down terms so I can copy?
Okay. This is why when we're next class we'll have tripods with the cameras. You get me? You don't have to sit there. You can actually do your notes and ask questions. Basically, your ISP has a few servers. They're basically just like routers and stuff, and that goes out to exchange point. What is an exchange point? Exchange point is what makes up the internet, basically. Exchange point is a big hub. There's plenty of them that links ISPs together. It links networks together, basically. Like data centers, we'll get into all that if you want me to. Internet service providers, so say we have a few that Roadrunner will link to, and then we'll have CenturyLink, and we'll have Comcast. Who's heard of Comcast? I'm pretty sure we have.
Just a little bit.
We'll have Verizon. We'll have all them linked to one thing, and that will get linked to other exchange points. Make sense?
So that's how it travels, basically.
We'll get into all this. We'll get into trace route, we'll get into ping, latency, which Connor knows about that, don't you? Yeah. I'm trying to put this in the easiest words I can. But your computer then goes to a LAN network, which, if you look at the list, does it say LAN network in there? How we'll learn about that? Yeah. If you look at the synopsis, it says LAN network. You'll learn about LAN network.
Yeah, right.
Yep. What's that?
Explain the anatomy of a LAN network and
LAN.
how a subnetworks.
Yeah. So, you have a LAN network? What is a LAN network, guys?
Let me guess a wired network.
It can be wired. You also have those wireless access points that make it wireless too. Give you a wireless access to it.
It makes a subnet work.
Yeah. A subnet basically would be a LAN network, yeah. Okay. A LAN network is basically a local network. It's like local internet. Get me?
So what is LAN?
So, say you don't have internet. Say all you have is some switches. You can still have a network. The thing is you can only access stuff that's local. Like if you run a server here at the school, connect it to the network, run it, they can type in that and can go to it and view that web page. Local network. You can also Skype over a local network, but you will not be able to connect to other people that's outside, on the internet. Local means here, this building, this thing. Make sense?
Yes.
So Connor, what's a LAN network, man?
LAN network, well, you described it, it's a local, network.
Yeah, local network. That's what it is. We'll go deeper into that, won't we?
Yes, we will.
It's about to die.
About to die? Okay. That was a little introduction. We'll go deeper.